Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets. Today at my mom's place, catching the last rays of sunshine. I got the sun exactly in my face, so let's do this. That was better. Now I can see something. I tried to get actually away from the sunshine because it's so bright right now. It's really hard to get a proper angle where there's not shadows in the way or something. But I think you'll manage, hopefully. Uh, we're doing a review of a beer today that I got sent from Henrik from Omnipollo. So thanks a ton to Henrik for the beer. He's really excited about this one, and I understand why. This is a dream collab. This is a collab between Omnipollo and Firestone Walker. Matt Brynildson from Firestone is like a legendary brewmaster. He is behind so many iconic beers. Everything from IPAs to big barrel-aged barley wines and stouts. It used to be one of the big breweries back in the day that I traded beer for to get. I remember loving having Wookie Jack and Double Jack in terms of IPAs, Union Jack, just also drinking, the icon that is Sukaba or Abacus and Parabola, these kind of beers. But they got to make a collab, and as it says here on the back, it's been a dream for Omnipollo to work with these guys. And they wanted to brain pick, and this is the name of the beer, brain pick Matt about how to do a really fire West Coast IPA. So they made what they think is a perfect West Coast hop bomb. Or at least that's what they try to do from working with Matt and learning from Matt and interviewing Matt. So, yeah, Henrik was really stoked about this one. And I think I will be too. I had a few cans. I gave one to my boss, and he loved it. So I think I will as well. Pours a nice golden yellow color. There is a touch of haze to it. That could be chill haze, but the thing is, like with a lot of West Coast IPAs, especially when they're really heavily dry hopped, you will have a slight bit of haze. It's really hard to get them crystal clear, actually. But yeah, it looks really nice. It's golden and bright yellow. It looks maybe a bit darker on camera. But this looks like the San Diegan IPA I remember from being in San Diego. Like, it's not like that's uber screaming yellow as you get with some of the modern West Coast. But actually, it also looks a lot like a lot of modern West Coast. It's just like some of them are almost green. This is more got like a slight, just like a slight darker shade of yellow. Well, maybe actually without the sunglasses, it looks more of a greenish yellow hue. It at least looks like a pin bright, awesome West Coast IPA. So the hops on this one is Simcoe, Kashmir, Citra, and Columbus. And I do not know the IBUs. I should have asked. It's 7%. But I could smell it as soon as I popped it. So let's try and check it out. Oh, that smells really dope. Super well balanced. Like, it just ticks all the boxes you want in a West Coast IPA. Like, it's hop forward. Really hop forward. But it's not like screaming in your face as some of the more like modernized West Coasters do. It's like this really nice, like deep, sweet citrus, orange tangerine kind of aroma. Like I really remember from old school IPAs, or old school San Diegan IPAs, really, and like some of the West Coast IPAs of around the 2012s or something like that. Like, there is a little bit of a modern flair to it, but there's definitely lots of that oily citrus and whatnot. Some dankness to it as well. Possibly Columbus is quite dank. Yeah, and Simcoe can go into that caddy dankness as well. There's definitely also some, like, overripe or candied pineapple. It smells really freaking good. It does. Yeah, I mean, it smells like a dope West Coast, so let's try it. Cheers, and thanks a ton to Henrik for the beer. I want to go back to California. Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice. It's definitely got the flavors of what I associate with, like, really good West Coast IPA. It's bitter, it's pithy, it's citric. I think this strikes a chord between being a little bit modern but also old school, because there's definitely like pine and resin flavors in this one as well, and like bitter grapefruit, like loads of really nice old school hop flavors. But there's also that sweet citrus and that dank wheat like kush. It's also like really well balanced between sweet malt and bitterness and dryness. Like, it's a bitter beer, but it doesn't feel overtly bitter. And getting that balance is actually quite hard in a West Coast IPA. Like, you want it to be bitter, but you want it to be bitter, so not too bitter, so it's not scraping. You want that balance, that just of dryness and bitterness and hop flavor that just makes you want to go for another sip and another sip and another sip, and then you want another can. That's like the magic of West Coast, like with the perfect marriage between hop flavor, bitterness, and dryness. That works well. In terms of malt in this one, I think there's a touch of sweet malt. It's not as blank and like light as some of like the modernized West Coast IPAs. I do taste a little bit of a full maltiness, but also the fun thing with this, using a lot of dry hop and cold whirlpools and stuff like that in beers like this, often sweet hop flavors makes you associate those sweet hop flavors with a sweeter beer than it actually is. You can feel on the tongue that this is dry. It must have finished at max 2 Play-Doh. I'd expect less. But it's really nice. It really takes me back to drinking something like Union Jack or Double Jack or something, more classic like Firestone beers. But it feels maybe a bit more crispy and light. But yeah, this is really good. It's got some earthiness a little bit as well, some grassiness on the back end with the dankness and the pine. But otherwise, the main fruit profile is like that sweet citrus with a bit of candied pineapple. Slightly oniony. I think that's Columbus. Columbus gives a cool oniony dankness. And there's something like that in there. I don't know if Kashmir, I haven't had that on its own in a long time. Because I think Simcoe, both Simcoe for me and Columbus and Mosaic sometimes gives off a bit of onion flavors or garlic. It's just whiffs of that. But that's nice. It's a good balance. But what's awesome about it as well is like it's pure flavor. It's not vegetal. Like there's no hop matter. And that's also a thing that I think is important in West Coast IPAs. I still prefer the more modernized, like really big fruit bombs a bit over this, like with like really cool hops like Nelson and all this stuff. Like it's just my jam. But I think this is fucking dope West Coast IPA nonetheless. And I'm not just sitting here saying this because Henok from Omnipollo sent me a can. I'm always honest about beers. I don't mind saying when I dislike a beer. But if you know me and have been following the channel as of late, I've really gone back to the coast, man. No more haze for me. I rarely buy haze these days. I really just, West Coast for me is back, baby. It's king. And lager, if we're talking more sessionable stuff. In terms of grade for this one, I think like a 93 is quite suited. It's just a really nice West Coast IPA. Again, I think I would prefer a little bit more bright, fruity hop flavors, but otherwise it's just like, it's really good. And it's something you can drink a ton of, which is awesome. Great job. For sure, a dream collab. I understand why Henok was excited about this and also getting to team up with Matt and do a collab. So yeah, Brain Pick. From the church as well, from the church in Stockholm. You should check it out if you can, the church. I need to go. We've been talking about it for so long, Henok and I. But I will be coming over eventually. I first need to have a couple kids. But yeah, check it out, man. Omnipollo and Firestone Walker's West Coast IPA called Brain Pick. It's available now. It's dope. Drink it. Get it in your face. Thanks a ton for watching. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page, Twitter, and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers and see you guys in another beer review.